It's about that time, boy. Over a year-long wait is finally over. As Friday, November 14th, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, Where Winds Meet will finally be available for all of us outside of China to play. If you clicked on this video, you're either trying to learn more about Where Winds Meet, or maybe you're just building your hype in anticipation before the drop. But if you're unfamiliar with Where Winds Meet, if you can imagine a game that takes the great assets of Ghost of Tsushima and Black Myth Wukong, Wuchang Fallen Feathers, I'm hearing from some people Elden Ring, Wolong Fallen Dynasty, Assassin's Creed, and puts them all in this unique Wuxia, I'm trying to pronounce it right, themed game, that's exactly what we get in tomorrow. And there's a lot more details than that on why this game's getting a lot of freaking fanfare right now. It is quite literally my most anticipated game of 2025. So in preparation for my playthrough and the whole world to get their hands on this thing, I'm giving y'all 5 things you need to know about Where Winds Meet. We're gonna kick things off with number 1, letting y'all know that this is a free-to-play open world game. I know some people hear free to play and y'all immediately think of like super sleazy, annoying, like microtransactions, pay to win, if you will. This game has been out now for over a year, about a year in China, close to a year, maybe over a year in China, and we're not hearing any of that being reported. Not pay to win. And the only thing that you're going to be paying for, if you want to, are cosmetics. This game is coming to y'all from Everstone Studios, but published by NetEase, who has made another one of my favorite games of all time, Marvel Rivals. So imagine a game like this delivered with a lot of the same vision as that free-to-play game. Y'all are about to get immersed into a living and breathing world. There's gonna be a ton of side quests that I'm getting into, from sumo wrestling to playing cards. While doing actions like looting or committing other crimes, if witnessed, NPC law enforcement in the game can put a warrant out for your arrest you themselves, and people can put a bounty on your head. There's even a building mechanic for y'all to build your own home. In addition to all this, the open world dynamic means there's gonna be plenty of bosses and dungeons and different lands in this game to explore. Pay for cosmetics, pay for a battle pass if y'all want to, but if you don't like it, it's all good. This game is $49 and 49 cents. Number 2, I want to get into the mystic arts. The way you build up your skills and abilities and build your legend in this game is going to be through mystic arts. Other games have spells and other types of magic and summoning and martial arts, things like that. But in this game, it's mystic arts, and there's a plethora for y'all to choose from. Take Tai Chi, for example. And the thing about mystic arts is these aren't just something that are going to be used in combat. These are things that can be used to puzzle solve and navigate the world, really. Tai Chi, for example, can be used to create ripples in the water for fishing, stir leaves for bursts against enemies, and in combat as well, used to hurl and spin enemies. Heavenly Snatch is another one that I've seen in gameplay thus far that's really stood out to me too. It's primarily used to loot enemies unsuspectingly from a distance, but it also can be used in combat to disarm enemies and perform a counterattack with their weapon. Now that's one of the rawest combat features I ever heard. And the third one I want to talk about is Flaming Meteor. I shouldn't even have to explain that from the name of it alone. Huge flame bursting attacks. This one's acquired from a boss, but I didn't want to spoil it for myself, and even if I knew the way to go about it in this quest line in order to acquire this mystic art, I wouldn't spoil it for y'all. That's a little exploration y'all gonna have to get into. But these are just 3 of a couple mystic arts that you gotta learn in the game that'll be great for you to use against bosses, enemies, and really around the whole world that they've created. Number 3, weapon classes. We got 7 weapon classes to choose from. Swords, dual blades, spears, the rope dart, the umbrella, the fan, and the Mo blades. There's a little something from everybody with the different playing styles. I obviously got to give run to all of them, but I told y'all in my other Where Winds Meet videos, y'all getting rope darted. Everybody in my sight is getting rope darted at least once. Want a tankier weapon? Go with the Mo blade. Like to get off your offense quick like me? Go with the swords traditionally. Bars. Want something a little unconventional? Whoop somebody's ass with an umbrella. The coolest thing about the weapon usage in this game is that you can equip 2 at a time. If you played Wuchang Fallen Feathers like me, really like that game, I think we'll have a little something similar to like the swift draw mechanic in this. Also, bows will be available for y'all to get into y'all archery skills, but this isn't necessarily considered a weapon class. Number 4, let's briefly talk about story. In a free-to-play game like this, where we'll be getting different content and seasonal changes, you probably wasn't expecting to develop in story. But we're hearing that this one has a lot to offer, and just from the cinematics and cutscenes that we've seen thus far, I'm really excited to dive into this. Where Winds Meet's story is set in the 5 dynasties and 10 kingdoms period of China. Players take on a role of a wandering swordsman navigating political unrest, ancient mysteries, and a personal destiny across over 20 distinct regions. So anybody looking for a good story game to close the year out with, Where Winds Meet is possibly an option for you. And again, for the small fee of free 50. And that actually takes me into my final thing that you need to know before Where Winds Meet drops. and it's the fact that this game can be navigated solo dolo or as an MMO. Me personally, I love single player story games. Action adventure is my thing, so something like this is right up my alley. I've talked about my love for Black Myth Wukong, Wuchang Fallen Feathers, so when it comes to Wuxia, God, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This is a learning opportunity for all of us. I'm sorry, China. But for me personally, this is something I'm going to be navigating for the most part single player. Getting into open world exploration in my free time, doing different side quests, learning the mystic arts, fighting these bosses and whooping their ass, and just overall letting the story unfold. And I'm excited to get into that on my playthrough. But if you want to bring your friends along for the journey, navigate this thing like an MMO, get into some of the boss battles with your squad, you can do that as well. This game is giving you straight options. There's a lot more for Where Winds Meet than just what I covered in this video. There's a lot more that I gotta learn, but guess what? The drop is just in a little bit. Like, bruh, the wait is actually over. I first saw footage for Where Winds Meet while I was beating Black Myth Wukong close to this time last year. So to say it's highly anticipated for your boy would be an understatement. Thus far, we've seen this game be heavily praised in China and come out to a lot of success there. And now it's time for its global launch where we all can get into it. Again, this is free to play, so this is no skin off your ass just to try the game. You might just love it. But if you want to see somebody play it here first, I'm going to be here November 14th, the minute 5 o'clock Eastern time hits. I'm firing this hoe up and getting into it for a playthrough myself. So if you want to see more of that, return right here. Your boy Game Over Airs got y'all. Till drop though, I think I'm going to get some rest because I'm about to go hard, y'all.